Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read through for Marriage Toxin chapters 136 to 138. I'm excited to read. Last time we kind of finished off what was going on with this new second Ureshino arc, and honestly, Minu was a crappy guy. He was a really bad guy. But he might have done the most dirty of any villain so far. Just embarrassed, invalidated, killed. So he had a very rough one last time around. So now we might be, doing a bit of the end of arc stuff. We might be sort of setting ourselves up for the next arc. All of that's really exciting because that's usually some of the funnest stuff in Marriage Toxin. So I'm excited to get to it. I guess there's not too much more to say for the intro, so let's just start reading 136. Also, next time, we might have a new volume cover, like it's getting to be around that time again. And also, I'm waiting for 3 chapters to come out before doing videos again, so yeah, by the time next video comes out, we might have a new volume cover to use. So either way, let's start with 136. 136 starts with a party to celebrate Balzac's big victory. And we have the uncle there, Taste User and his mentor, Leo and Naruko, the artist and his girlfriend, Futae, the one worker guy, I think, that worked for Balzac. I don't remember his name or anything. You saw the person in the background in the pumpkin suit, if that is a person and not just an empty pumpkin suit. Then, Shiratori Sensei, is that your latest piece for Specialist Masters? Inspiration is overflowing. I can't contain it. Gero-kun, thank you for coming to our celebratory cheat day. Eat and drink all you want today. Kinosaki couldn't make it today, huh? He'd definitely be stuffing himself like crazy if he were here. Cute, we at least get to see a little Kinosaki. Gero-san, there's somebody I'd like you to meet. And then, hey, I'm Iwaki from the Iwaki Printing. Okay, so it isn't Sota's mentor, that was Iwaki. We printed the cards for Specialist Masters. Then the banana says love for family. I wanted to thank you for taking down the drone user. Let me just clear things up here. I'm not a hero fighting for justice, or anything of the sort. I just happen to be working for Ureshino this time, but I'm a specialist too, just like that guy. Still, if there's at least one reasonable guy like you among them, then we don't have to get so jumpy just doing our jobs. You're certainly no scoundrel like that lowlife, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I love the development we've been seeing from Gero lately. Gero-san, you did a really good job. Customers loved the flavor text you wrote. Ureshino? I've only been a poison user my entire life, but these past few days, I got a taste of working a normal job, and it really left a deep impression on me. So that first page, I think, might have just been Ureshino. I was just assuming we weren't seeing her yet. Yeah, at the bottom, that was her talking with the artist. So I was just assuming we weren't seeing everybody all in one panel, but it seems like we were setting up with these characters. Then, so if it's not too much trouble, could you let me work for you again in the future? Of course, my pleasure. Maybe you'd like to try being a store clerk next time around. Whoa, a store clerk? I'm looking forward to it. And don't forget to take these gifts with you. That's an exorbitant amount of gifts. Also, at this point, for all of the main wife candidates we've set up, now we've had a second Ureshino arc. We had a very long arc for the introduction of Arashiyama, plus another arc with her, a second arc with Himakawa, and then I feel like Akakura's gotten some of the most attention with 2 really detailed arcs. So Himi is the only one who has only had 1 arc so far. So I wonder if we'll get Himi next. I was surprised we didn't see more Himi since Himi and Ureshino were friends. I'm a little bit surprised that Himi didn't show up here any. But it is good to let her have her own time with Gero and everything. We have him leaving with the huge armful of gifts. um, with a huge armful of gifts. Sorry, I'm just reading things. And Ureshino and her family seeing him off. Ureshino's left. There. So we've been seeing seemingly all of the wife candidates being followed after at the end of their arcs and stuff. Is the person in the suit that's been lurking the whole time going to be doll user to take Ureshino? Because it's still lurking in the background, the pumpkin suit. Gero-san really is a great guy. He can be kind of weird sometimes, but having him around as a partner is just so reassuring. Himinchu and I did have that talk, but it'd be nice if we could just keep working together. I bet every day would be so much fun. In fact, we get a 2-page spread. If we could always be together, it would be so nice. And then the freaking panels. I love Doll User. He is such a good character. The panels of him showing up time and time again have been so crazy good. It would be an honor. It's so good. She freaks out. And then Gero interrupts. Okay, so this time, now that he and Akari are on to him, he was able to stop it. Gero-san? Sorry I'm late, Ureshino. Just a few minutes ago. And he gets a call. Akari? What's up? Oni-chan. Remember how we found a photo of Sensei on that drone user's computer? Yeah, it's been bothering me since then. And just now I finally finished analyzing the remaining encrypted files on that drive. I don't get it. What on earth is going on here? Akari? Sorry, I'll send you the files, so just see for yourself. And he looks shocked. And it's images of the various waifu candidates. Also, I didn't bring up Ushio. Ushio's been a really, really interesting one with the journey from sort of antagonist to ally to then kind of arc protagonist, who kind of got to do a little bit more than Gero that one arc. Like, the journey there has been really cool. Ushio is one of my favorites, personally. Oh? What's this? Fancy meeting you here, Hikaru-san. And then he is interrupted with a punch. And his face cracks. What are you trying to pull off here, Sensei? Finally caught in the act by Gero. What on earth is Sensei's true motive? That was a great chapter. I love the little party stuff at the end, even though we didn't see too much from too much of the characters. I think, like I said, the conversation that was had with Gero is great. His development recently has been amazing. I am excited to see where everything goes, to say the least, and we get 2 more chapters. So I'm taking this in again with the waifu candidates. We see 12 images here. We have 2 of Ureshino, then 2 of Himekawa, then 2 of Akakura, 2 of Ushio, 2 of Himi, then another of Ureshino, and another of Himekawa. So they've left out Ureshiyama here. Interesting. Maybe because Ureshiyama is also a specialist from a different family? Or so either was she left out because she's a specialist from another family, or has she been eliminated from the waifu candidacy by his family? They just don't see her that way. And also, I was checking again because I wanted to see if any of them were of Kinosaki. Okay, so with that aside, let's go read the next chapter. Starting 137, we have, "It was as if that man had been there from the very beginning. Sensei, the man who guides the heirs of the Gero family, but who is he really? No one knew who or what he really was, or whether he was even a poison user for that matter. He was known as Sensei, and that was it. With a constant smile plastered on his face, and movements precise like a machine. Everyone secretly called him thus. Welcome to the human zoo, the doll-like man. So is he not even going to be the real face of doll user, but just another doll like Minu was? And again, I don't know how literal Minu being a doll was. Like, was he always a doll? Did he become a doll at some point? And we see the people in the human zoo making candy. Hold on. This is Kinosaki and his brother, because of the moles on their faces. So they were in the human zoo. I don't remember the full details. Like, we heard about the human zoo before during the earlier arc where they were at the hospital and it involved Teruaki and everything. So we've heard about it before, but I don't remember the full details. Yum. And then everyone feared Sensei. He was a creepy figure that nobody dared approach, but to me, he looked lonely, standing there all alone. Sensei? I made this. It's homemade DIY candy. You pour in some water, then mix powder 1 and powder 2 together, and it turns all fluffy. Would you like to eat it together? And we have this full page of the horrified look on his face. Doll User is so good. I love the art surrounding him. How naive I was. It's not poison. He wasn't. No, Sensei was not. Thank you. I won't have any, but I appreciate the thought. Then, so he said, but his eyes spoke louder. He was utterly disappointed in my naivety. Homemade candy, someone foolish enough to offer something like that, was unfit to be a specialist. From that day on, Sensei's attitude grew harsh. During our daily training in poison studies, I nearly died more than once or twice. He was clearly pushing me harder than the other candidates, trying to force me to give up. I had no choice but to bear with it all, and so as not to show my naivety, I placed a lid on my heart. And we have all these moments from his past, like when he saved Arashiyama, or him speaking with Bug User, and his relationship with Teruaki. Ultimately, I survived the selection and was designated as heir by our grandma. Before I knew it, Sensei's harsh treatment of me faded and ceased, and the lid I placed on my heart was slowly lifted away. And we have Kinosaki, Bug User, Akari, thanks to the efforts of Toshiki Hanamaki, the Bug User, and Akari, my sister. And we see him now in the present. Sensei must be here to once again put a stop to my naivety. Then Ureshino? No, not only her. What have you done to Himekawa and Akakura, Sensei? And he laughs. Sensei, I regret that it's come to this, but it looks like I've run out of options, Hikaru-sama. A pleasure to meet you. And it all cracks off. I am Nasu, the Doll User, and we get to see a real face. Sensei is the Doll User. Finally, his true appearance revealed. So it is a true appearance, because if not explicitly told that, you could think maybe at some point the real Sensei was replaced by Doll User. But no, it's been Doll User. So is there a shot here that Doll User isn't actually planned to be there by the Poison clan, the Gero family, but rather is infiltrating on their own? Like, there's still the one family we know pretty much nothing about. Could they be related to them, even? I'm interested to see where this goes with the new appearance reveal and everything, though. And again, how much of a true appearance can you have? Also, Doll User has been one of the most overarching antagonists so far, having been making plays ever since the Bug User's wedding. Okay, I'm excited to see the next chapter. Luckily, we don't have to wait, so let's go read 138. Also, how have these chapters been going by so quickly? Like, I look at the recording and it's barely been any time, despite the fact that I feel like so much is happening, and I've talked so much, and I have enjoyed this so much. It feels crazy that it's going by so quickly. But we have chapter 138, The Nasu Family of Doll Users. The Doll Users. What strength do they conceal from even the underworld? The Nasu family of doll users. As the Fire Clan declined in the past few decades, the Nasu family steadily expanded their power and influence. Okay, so they're the replacement for the Kurokawa, to secure their place in the top 5 families. However, in sharp contrast to the recognition and influence their name commands, no one seems to know who they truly are. Not only are their appearances unknown, but their abilities as specialists also remain shrouded in mystery. Sensei is from the Doll Clan. What's he after, getting involved with our family? He claps his hands. Well done, Hikaru-sama. I see you've discovered the surveillance photos hidden in the drone user's files. You left those for us to find, didn't you? Why, of course. Considering your capabilities, Hikaru-sama, I believed it would be too harsh to leave you without even a single clue. Although, to be honest, I would have rather you noticed my presence back when you were dealing with the Fire Clan. So he was Heisei the whole time, right? We saw that stuff with Heisei there. At the end. You were too distracted when Ushio-san clung to you from behind. Yes, let us go with that explanation. Also, so what happened to the actual original Heisei then? Again, has Doll User just been infiltrating by replacing people? Or was Doll User... Doll User couldn't have been Heisei all along, because Heisei was the son of the family that got burned and scarred. So at some point, did he kill and replace Heisei? And again, does that mean there was an original Sensei, but at some point, Nasu killed and replaced them? But that's all beside the point. Shiori Ureshino-san, congratulations. I would like to inform you that you passed as well. She looks terrified, but Gero steps in between them. Sorry to put you through this, Ureshino. Gero-san. Nasu, I'm not letting you lay even a single finger on her. Damn it, if only I'd noticed him earlier. Oh my, how truly dashing you are, Hikaru-sama. If only you had been able to protect Himekawa-san and Akakura-san like this as well. The two of them had also passed my strict inspection, so I've taken the liberty of collecting them myself. What? Himekawa and Akakura? Himekawa doesn't really meet up with the Kitami gang outside of their art retrieval missions, and as for Akakura, she's been away these past few days for her protector license renewal. We had remained in contact through messages, so I had no idea anything was amiss. Was that just the Doll User replying to me this whole time? Where did you take them? If you won't tell me, then I'll pry the answer out of you by force. And maybe I need to reread, because I thought there was that one scene where Kirara had gathered around the random, members of the family, and were like, we need to, test or whatever the wife candidates and everything. So, and I was thinking that there would be one for each of them. But if so, if Nasu's doing the testing, is Nasu actually working for Kirara then? Then now, let's not go down that route. This is for your own sake, Hikaru-sama. And he's bound. In the event of an encounter with a superior opponent, I believe you remember my teachings very well. It's this bad? Do not attempt to strike back. Run away for dear life, but if it looks like they'll kill you, it looks like Sensei's, Nasu's words. Beg for mercy with every ounce of your soul, have taken root in the very marrow of my being. Then, please finish the job yourself before they do. To begin with, it seems you've misunderstood my intentions. I am on your side, Hikaru-sama. So please curb your bloodlust. Oh, and one more thing. Please forget everything. about the marriage swindler, and we see what happened with Kinosaki. You have no need for that meddler. All you have to do is follow my teachings. And he thinks back to the waifu candidates, and then to Kinosaki, and still attacks. He broke free of my teachings on his own. And Hikaru gets punched in the face and sent back. Kero-san, you leave me with no choice. Since you insist, will you be satisfied if I lay my plans bare? Plans I have intricately woven for none other than you, Hikaru-sama. The grand plan is about to be revealed, and then this is where we're left for now. Okay, I am interested. I don't know 100% how I'm feeling. I think these chapters were very good, but with the story overall, there are just so many things where I hope it lines up well, where I'm like, so what was the one scene before? Again, is he just replacing people? Because if so, how do these great families and everything not notice that this is going on? How do you not notice that Heisei has been replaced, or that the teacher has been replaced? Or how do you just hire somebody to teach your children that's a, enemy family or whatever? So hopefully everything is explained in a satisfying way, because I don't want all the other characters to look like idiots or anything. I hope everything turns out well with that. So, and I hope it makes sense for some of the scenes we've seen in the past. But either way, thank you for watching. I enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. So, if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my first thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Marriage Talks and much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. Just ask and you can get a link. If you would like to help support the channel by becoming a patron or member, you can hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description. You can help me keep making videos, get your name at the end of videos, get One Piece videos a bit early, or if you just want to help support by dropping a super thanks, or by just sharing the video around, it's really appreciated. But either way, thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, JA and the D-Band, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Real, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.